The final tool to help you evaluate your impact at a property is the Resident Indicators and Analysis Report. The Resident Indicators and Analysis Report should be updated at least annually. First and foremost, it should align with your property services plan and desired goals that you articulated in your plan, as well as reflect the impact of your programs and services. We want to see how the resident engagement, programs, and services you chose to implement at the property, independently or collectively, added value or had an impact on residents. This document should demonstrate that you are analyzing your impact and show more than just outputs like participation. While it's important to track participation in programs and events, these are outputs, and we're also looking to see if there are changes in resident and property outcomes. For example, if you are tracking attendance at an after-school program, are you also evaluating if reading levels are improving? If you provide community building events, are you also seeing changes to social connectedness or tracking residents' perceptions around safety? If you provide fall prevention programming, is there an actual reduction in falls? If you provide housing counseling or eviction prevention programming and help connect residents to rental assistance, is there a reduction in evictions? Or if you're having a financial capability program where you provide rent reporting for credit building, are you seeing improvements in credit scores? Sometimes your outcomes will be directly related to a program like reading levels for an after-school program, while other times they may result from a collective of programs, services, and activities, like improved resident satisfaction or feelings of safety. Most applicants will demonstrate this in an annual evaluation and track outcomes over time. The information gathered should really track what's working and what's not, and provide some clarity on what services should continue, or if any services should be altered to better reach the goals outlined in your property services plan, or to align with changing community priorities. We really want to see that you are tracking both outputs like participation as well as outcomes at initial certification. However, organizations can earn CORES certification initially if they haven't yet built out their tools for tracking outcomes and are just tracking participation or other outputs. However, you will receive recommendations in your written scoring, and you will be required to demonstrate you are tracking both outputs and outcomes after 5 years at recertification. We have several examples in our CORES resource library of resident indicators and analysis reports from other organizations, as well as resources to help you think about the systems you use to track outcomes and impact in a way that's resident-centered, such as SAFE's Outcomes Toolkit. While these may be helpful resources, please remember that we're not prescriptive for the types of outcomes you are tracking. These outcomes should instead align with your programs and services you provide.